Okay. Yes, you can allow students the ability to download recordings if you want, or you can make it so they have to stream them, correct?
Right. So that's the normal playback is just to stream it through the website, and for a recording like this, you would want to be able to sustain about 500 kilobits per second. If you enable smooth stream and you want that option, that can go all the way down to like about 150 kilobits per second. If you have a lot of students or viewers that are on low bandwidth connections, that's why we have the various output types. You can download an offline version, you can download an audio podcast, a video podcast, if you're not able to sustain a decent stream. But even your low-end DSL can do about 750 kilobits per second, so it tends to be people that are lower than that, like that are on dial-up, which they're not going to be able to watch that, but anybody higher than that on a poor DSL connection should be able to sustain that without a big issue.
Okay. So we're going to transition to today's computer.
Yeah, give me a minute here. I'm going to get my stuff over here on the podium, so bear with us.
Any other questions while we're making? Yes.
I'm just trying to discern this from the demo that you're setting up right now, but does the camera and the PowerPoint slideshow have to be running on the same machine?
It does not.
It does not. Okay.
And we'll cover that because we have a perfect example. So we have a camera in the back of the room and how to do design. So I will get into that. I want to show how to do one computer first before we go too complicated.
You're going to juggle only 3 balls.
I just want to make sure 6 is an option, because if it's not, I can do now.
There's actually no limit to how many cameras you can get into a recording. Now we've yet to come up with an actual use case for that, but if you guys can come up with a scenario where you'd like to have 10, 13 cameras as secondary sources, I would love to see what that recording looks like.
As well as multiple monitors. So
Exactly.
Our typical setup has 3 cameras plus the PowerPoint. So.
So yeah, we could do that with a single computer. But if you want to do more than 3, we have to merge 2 recordings. The ability to record multiple sessions together.
Okay, great. So this is the Panopto Windows recorder. We do have a Mac client that looks quite a bit different from this. So we're not going to be able to go over that today, unfortunately, but we'll show the Windows one today. So this is the first time you log in, this is what you're going to see. We're going to automatically detect any recording devices that you have plugged into your computer. I just have a Microsoft HD webcam here. Just give you a little bit nicer quality. And if anyone has ever seen this, this is a Revo Labs X-Tag USB microphone. These are really nice. You just plug it in. The computer automatically detects it. You set the volume one time in Windows. If you want to pick it up and use it, just hold the buttons together so everything turns green on the microphone. Clip it on, or you can wear it around your neck if you want to. I'll just clip it on right here. Come down here underneath the video preview. You can pick any of your sources. I'm going to do the live cam. And I'm going to add my X-Tag as my audio device. Do a check and make sure that I'm getting audio. So that's the most important thing, is that if you are using this for the first time, which I think a lot of you are going to start doing after today, you want to make sure that you have good audio. So I'm at a pretty good level here. I'm getting about between 2 and 4 and 5 green bars. If you're getting consistent red every time you speak, that's better than it being too low, but the audio will be overdriven, so it'll be a little staticky as you're talking, so that's a little agitating to listen to if you're a student. So getting good audio is very, very important. When you choose your recording quality, standard tends to give you a very nice output. High quality takes a little more CPU resources, but does give you a little bit nicer of an output. We have a smooth stream capture option, which is still in beta. That's how you get all the way up to high definition. That is definitely more CPU intensive, so you can enable that if you want to. If you have a faster computer and you want to try out those qualities. So before we start adding in additional devices, this is going to be your standard recording scenario. Primary video, audio device. Check the box for PowerPoint, capture my screen. I click on this drop down to pick we call them folders, these are your courses. I'm going to add a new session, I can give it a name.
also provisioning of the same lines.
Yeah, we'll show how to get to this point from Sakai every couple minutes. I'm going to make the recording.
So although we call it a folder, when you provision your Sakai course, we create a folder with the same name as your
Right.
Sakai
So yeah,
course.
so 12F says 2001 is a test course that they gave me access to. And at this point, when you're all set and you know you have good audio and your camera is looking good, just press the big red record button. Wait for everything to start. Minimize it and just get it out of the way. And at this point, just give your presentation. Open PowerPoint, hit F5, put it in presentation mode. Because I have a wireless microphone, I can walk around. I'll be out of frame from my video camera. But if I want to advance slides, if you end up on the other side of the room, if you're a walker, while you present, these are nice because this will always capture your audio because it's in close proximity to where you are. And another question was asked earlier about how if everything is automatically synchronized. Every time I hit the arrow on my laptop here to advance the slide, this all gets captured and timestamped exactly where I was in the presentation, so there's no post-production that needs to be done with the recording. So if you want to cancel out of there and then go open up a web browser, go to Panopto.com, because we're capturing screen, all of my mouse movements are being captured, so if I want to show Excel or show any process on the computer,
So you don't have to stop the session, you just exit out?
just record. That's the biggest thing to take away. Get everything set, press record, minimize it, teach your entire class. You don't need to interact with the recorder again unless you want to pause it or end it. Good question. So we have, if you have two monitors, under what says primary screen, it will, so that's why it says capture primary screen. It'll say capture screen 2, capture screen 3 if you're lucky enough to have 3 monitors. And those will just show up as screen 1 and screen 2 tabs in the viewer, so we can definitely capture that. And so we did mention pause, so if you want to pause the recording, you can do that as well. You can see that we're still capturing video frames, so it's a non-destructive pause, which means that we're basically pre-editing this recording. But if you accidentally left it paused for an entire hour, you can reclaim that in the editor after the fact. So we'll pause that, let's stop, and then you're done at this point. So it's already uploading up to the, we're actually uploading this to your server here on campus. And once it's uploaded, you can close the recorder. It'll actually upload in the background as long as the computer's on, so you don't have to sit there and watch it upload. We just did it for the demo here. But at this point, you're done. You can walk away. Everything is now on the server. We do record the files to the disk on the recording computer, but once everything gets shipped up to the server, everything is all set, and you no longer have to interact with it. You'll get an email whenever the recording does become available, and you'll be able to get to that through Sakai.
So, just to kind of get back, we talked about ease of use. So Dave hit stop, and you can see all the cameras, microphones, everything he selected is still there. Okay, so every time you open up the recorder for a new session, it defaults to your last recording. So it really does get down to, eventually for most instructors, they're literally just going to come in here. You're going to select your Sakai course. You're going to hit the big red record button. You're going to minimize it, and you're just going to teach. It does get to that point where it's that easy.
Right. Yeah, that's a very good point. So it's going to remember the folder name. It's going to remember what quality I chose, what devices I had. So if you're recording on your personal equipment or in the same classrooms for an entire semester, it gets, after you do your first recording, it becomes very, very easy to launch the recorder and record, and you're off and running.
Now you can see the two down there. If you're going to present PowerPoint, we have that box checked as well as the screen capture. 2 boxes down below. Can everybody see those? Okay, so we would still capture the PowerPoint slides if it wasn't checked and we had screen capture checked, but we would not create that timestamp table of contents that we showed you. So if you're going to be presenting PowerPoint, we want to make sure you have that box checked, because that's what's going to generate the tagging to create that content for you, that search.
Okay, so let's add in a keynote too. Yep, a keynote on that. Keynote PowerPoint right now. Let's add in a second camera here. So I have this is just a small portable document camera. These are about $70 made by IPVO. They're really nice. What this allows me, if I have this, my USB wireless microphone and an HD web camera for about $350 in equipment, you can pretty much capture anything if you're going as a portable road show, like Jeff and I like to do. Now they can certainly get better quality. Latest if you guys have lots of nicer equipment than this from a document camera standpoint. You can see that this does the job in showing something else, or if you wanted to draw or show any additional learning material. We could also point this at a whiteboard or blackboard like Jeff showed. Some of our customers actually mount these to ceilings and point them at various whiteboards and then add in those additional sources. So you have a lot of flexibility with this. So that's added in, so I can just press record. And again, we can capture all this simultaneously. The limit for sources on a recording computer is 2 additional video sources, so I could, if I had another USB port, I could plug in one more camera, point that at something else, and capture that all on the same computer. Stop that, and let's talk about the recording from different computers. Question? That was a good question, and we're in a perfect room to show that off. So let's say that Jeff hooked up his computer to that camera. It's sitting behind everybody right now. He could record audio and video from that. So we could put the wireless microphone up to that computer. You could go in and do the opposite of what I'm doing, select video and audio, record it to a session called Panopto afternoon session. I could come up here, record my screen and my PowerPoint slides, add it to the same session. We both do our respective pieces. He does the video and audio. I do my PowerPoint slides and screen capture. We both can stop and upload separately, but to the same session on the server. And when it's done, it looks like one of the recordings that I showed you earlier. So to the viewer, it looks like it was captured in the exact same way. So we have a lot of flexibility, excuse me, how we can create recordings. It doesn't have to all be from one computer. That's probably about 90–95% of our customers operate. They do everything from one system, but we have some customers that, the ones that fall in that latter 10%, that a lot of the rooms are really big auditoriums where they have all of their equipment wired into a control room in the back, and we're the only solution that allows you to record independently and upload to the same session on the server. So that's definitely a more advanced use case, but know that we are flexible enough to handle that. Okay, any questions so far about the recording?
Okay, I see what you're running in right now. This is a local piece of software that's installed on that laptop there. You mentioned downloading a small client. This is the small client that you're talking about. So if our situation is mostly we have guests coming in to give presentations, and we're currently capturing that now using our Polycom video conference system. But the post-production labor is really high.
Okay.
If we, let's say hypothetically, we had started using your product, and how do we then capture what's on their computer?
So how are you getting it into the Polycom system?
VGA capture.
Okay. So you could take, you have a couple options. So you can take you can get a VGA to USB device, or if you have a desktop in the rooms you're capturing from, you can get VGA or DVI or HDMI capture card that will take an output. The one that I like, it's a little bit expensive, but it's made by Epiphane. It's called VGA to USB, and it's a device that looks like this.
But with that, we don't get the metadata. We don't get.
Correct.
It's just a video. It's another video stream.
It's a VGA dump of the other person's computer. If they're willing to allow you to install software on your computer, if you have a Mac or Windows computer, you can install the client, just capture screen and presentation. That can be the best output.
And this is a piece of software that requires installation, require admin privileges on the machine
to install on a computer. So we understand that that's not always possible. That's why if you want to be armed with everything, to accommodate for every scenario, you would want to have a VGA, a portable VGA capture device, so that you could pull it in if you had to. Your best case scenario is to see if you can get the software installed.
Is there any option you all consider down the line, something like, if you take, for instance, the new Tech TriCaster Studio, their VGA agent requires nothing on the other end. It's a single program, no installation, you just run it from wherever. It's completely portable. Is there any possibility of something like that for your client?
So is that like an IP-based VGA transfer?
Yeah, I mean, as long as the computer's on the network, I don't need to install anything on their computer, I just have to copy one binary onto their desktop and run it. And what it does is it streams their VGA, it screen scrapes and just streams it all to my TriCaster Studio, and then we can produce live from that.
Okay, yeah, so we don't have anything like that.
Or anything like that.
Ask our developers to see if that's on the roadmap anywhere, but that's not anything that I'm currently aware of in terms
Yeah.
of capabilities.
It's a very lightweight agent, I can bring it up on a thumb drive, it's
Right.
there, we're done with it, shift, delete, it's gone.
Got it, interesting, okay.
Just FYI, this is a very small piece of software, it takes seconds to install.
But it requires admin privileges, and half of the people who come give colloquiums at my observatory can't do it.